It's so overproduced. This guy is the perfect example of putting him in the room with a few live mics, and that's the album. But he made this? Question mark. It's for a vast audience of pub customers who don't mind white noise while dishes are clicking, because this is just like a million other forgettable acts right now. That, I haven't washed my hair, so I'm gonna wear a hat. Man, I look like that guitar teacher, or like... Welcome back to another video. Don't click away, okay? It's gonna be a lot of valuable information in this one. I have a box. It's big. I have a knife that's a box opener, thanks to one of the subscribers. What's in the box? 4 smaller boxes. And then in each of the box, there's 4 other smaller boxes, and it keeps going until infinite. I'm gonna pick one. Oh, actually, no, there's more. So it's like 2 rows, so it's 8 boxes. Now I'm gonna open this. This is the most exciting video you've watched all week. I'm gonna, okay. Smells new. Look, you see? Oh, they even put the bubble thing in here. This is, I haven't seen these physical copies yet, so we're gonna, oh, this is nice. They're all the same, but so I guess we can just pick one out. So check this out. This is, well, okay, I'm gonna look, okay, this is the front. Okay, I'm T-posing and Slav squatting, but you can't see the Slav squat because this is the front. This is the side. This is the, come on, focus. That's the name and the name of the album. Oh wait, no, it's like that. I'm just too excited. Okay, just like give me a break. Okay, this is my mug's name, and this is the name of the album, and this is the back. This is the back of the album. This is the CD, and this is the song names, the different names of the songs that are here, and then it says to all dream chasers, everything is possible when you truly go for it. I wrote that because I believe it, and produced and engineered by Brad Dollar in Nashville, Tennessee. And then you open it. Okay, wow, they made it really nice. Okay, I'm gonna like edit some glorious music. Are you ready? You ready? This is very cool. This is cool. So this is the CD itself, and then it's always so weird. I wanna look at it myself, and then I had to show it, you know. But I want to keep it legitimate unboxing. So that's the CD, and then you pop the CD out, and it's there, and it's like that. And I did the Photoshop design. How great of a job did I do? So this is CD. It's gonna take another 6 weeks for the vinyl. I wasn't even gonna do CDs, but an overwhelming amount of people requested for a CD. So here it is. This is it. It's here, and it's 1 and 2, and it's like, it's just endless. Okay, for now. Well, it's not endless, but I'm just so excited, you know, and I just have to keep talking because it's a video. I'm not gonna like, you know, leave silence. I don't know. I just like this like design, you know, and you know, and then this, you know, like kind of like I don't know, you know, because stardust, you know, you're made out of stardust. Well, so is trash, but you know, it's a nice sentiment, and you can kind of see, you know, like Dovydas chase dreams, you know, because wow, it's real, it exists, it's a tangible thing. So it's gonna be available everywhere digitally March 5th. Why March 5th? Because I came to United States when I was 19 on March 5th. So that's why I chose that date. And also it will be available on dovydasbookings, these copies. And I will be able to sign them too, because I have these Sharpies that actually write really well on dark surfaces, and they're really good Sharpies. If you're still watching this video, wow, you're a real trooper. Thank you for watching. You can see me live March 8th, March 9th, March 10th, April 13th, More dates will be popping up between now and then, but those are the public ones that are solid for the most part. The link, the more information about those particular dates are in the description, where you can see me on those particular dates. So I would love for you to come and see me in person, and you'll be able to get these in person, and I'll sign them, and then we can like take a picture, and I can like do something like in the picture. Like, let me know in the comments which hat looks better on me. 3 singles from this album are already available on every music streaming and purchasing platform on the interwebs, which is as follows: I Chase Dreams, Jump on the Dragons, and I Want to Fly Away. So these are already available. You can listen to them, stream them, add them to your playlists. Also, links are in the description. This is so cool. This is look, and it's like a CD, It takes, yeah, and smells new too. My God. This is so cool. And I went with these boxes because I think they're going to be safer to ship in, and it's like, I don't know, it's just something like a book, to open, and then, and I wrote a little message, to all the dream chasers, because I want you to like, to look at the back and not just, see the names of the songs in a particular order, but, I want you to know that I came from nowhere, and I'm headed somewhere. So it's also really important to inspire whoever is also aspiring to achieve, whether it be music or art or any other particular discipline that you're, trying to achieve something in life. That's why I wrote this. Everything is possible when you truly go for it. And that's why I wrote it that way, as opposed to like when you put your mind to it or universal alliance to help. No. When you truly go for it, that's what happened from my experience. I truly went for it, and here it is. Look, 2017, I had 50 subscribers. Now, whatever time you're watching this particular video, whatever the number, it's not that many views on this probably video, because people are not into videos like that, but I'm like, hey, channel update, check it out, but yeah, thank you for your support. I just realized you can actually stack them like that. You can, and it like lines up, and then you can make a one big line, and they're like all like conjoined, or you could do like this, I guess, and it's like a mirror. Anyways, there's many decorative purposes, even if you don't enjoy the music that's on it. I've been getting a little bit of criticism. There seems to be some misunderstanding in regards to what type of music is on this album. For the most part, people like it. Well, for the most part, I say like 95%, because that's like to dislike ratio on the particular singles that are released on YouTube, so it's easier to track. And some people, I probably should have done my homework and like screenshotted the particular comments that addressed certain concerns. So let me just try to do that so I can explain better my vision. So, I mean, I could like disregard these comments, and they're like, oh, they're haters, or if you don't get it, then don't listen to it. If you don't like it, then why are you here? But I don't think so. I think they have, not that you should care what your opposition is telling you, but you should care. Well, how should I phrase it? You should care because maybe they looked somewhere where you didn't. In this particular case, like I said, I don't think these people are haters or like naysayers. They're just, there's like a genuine misunderstanding with the musical direction that I'm taking, and I really feel like, they deserve an explanation from me to try to clarify as best as I can what I'm trying to do with this album. So one person said, I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of this style of music. Love your classic rock, non-filtered vocal performances and songs. That being said, people who are into this style should know about you, because there is no way they wouldn't love this. I really think Sarasota is holding you back for more recognition outside this internet. Some other person said, it's so overproduced. This guy is the perfect example of putting him in the room with a few live mics, and that's the album. But he made this? ? It's another person said, it's for a vast audience of pub customers who don't mind white noise while dishes are clicking, because this is just like a million other forgettable acts right now. Then the same person from earlier says, the only reason I watch this guy because in the world of overproduction, not learning to play instruments and autotune, he's been doing the complete opposite and fighting back with being a real live musician. So to see this album and him do literally every cliche going on in modern music at the moment just blows my mind. He had the originality and gimmick, a live musician, and yet played completely into a sound that's been overdone for the past decade by thousands of SoundCloud Bandcamp artists just trying to get a song played in a Starbucks. Somebody else, well done. I wish you would rip a guitar solo, but that's just the guitar lover in me speaking. Well, I'll have to address that too. Somebody else, when you know the musician has so much more potential than this sterile auto-tune track comes up, one of those summer beach bar tunes that get overplayed like hell. In that sense, you did great, but I guess this style ain't my cup of tea. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Sounds a bit generic. Maybe a Florida thing. Somebody else says, I agree with the comments below that says this is overproduced. Your strength is your playing and style, Dovy. Don't sacrifice that to just blend in with the thousands playing music on the computer. Use your charisma, dude, and those brilliant guitar playing skills you have and throw out the auto-tuned and vocals. Your live-sounding vocals are much better. For the most part, don't get me wrong, there's like, you know, I skipped all the other comments that saying they're just great because they're like very nice compliments, and I truly appreciate that. I just thought that I'd like to address not the positive praise, but you know, these particular criticisms on this album. So I guess the jokes in the video are over now. Since the first live looping video that took off, even though it was a request of a Steve Vai song, who's a guitarist and had an incredible contribution to the world of guitar and rock music. The synthesizers, I use synthesizer sounds for the chords and synthesizer bass and drum fake, sort of like, you know, drum sample sounds when I live looped it. It already had that sort of like EDM fusion, and that's sort of like I've been trying to achieve for quite a while, because when I first started playing guitar, I played blues, and that's all I played when I started playing guitar, and that was like the greatest thing in the world for me, blues music in Lithuania. And then I sort of experimented a little bit with Elvis, and I just wanted to be like Elvis, not the second Elvis, but sort of like my own version of Elvis. And I was like 15, 16 at the time, and then I came to US with like similar ideas, but I had no frame of reference. And then as the you know, I learned more about music and got introduced to other bands that I didn't realize existed while I was living in Lithuania, that they were super popular, you know. My musical taste expanded. So sort of I started like very narrow, you know, navigating, and then my musical taste broadened due to other musical ideas that I got exposed to. And I started viewing the styles on which I grew up on as a musician, as a performer, as a player, with which I tried to compose in a more broader spectrum. So what I realized, that the sounds, those iconic sounds of the 50s and 60s or 70s or 80s or whatever 90s, that the reason they're so iconic was because they were new, fresh, and groundbreaking. That was like the newest, freshest sound of the decade. And, you know, I come to US and I'm trying to build a career as a blues musician, and that culture is long gone. Rock and roll is dead. Blues died twice. You know what blues? Hip-hop of today is blues of 1950s. Muddy Waters, Little Walter, John Lee Hooker, Willie Dixon, Howling Wolf. What did they do? They made songs for the R&B charts. They drove Cadillacs. They wore expensive suits, and they all had fake names, and it was like gangsta to be a bluesman. It was like Muddy Waters, nobody played blues with electric guitar. Even if you watch movie Crossroads of 1986, movie Crossroads, the character Willie Brown says Muddy Waters invented electricity, meaning he was the first one to introduce that particular innovation to the genre. And there were no music blues snobs at the time because the style was so fresh. I believe that the culture defines the sound of the decade, and the defining cultural demographic are people who are experiencing things for the first time. And people who experience things for the first time tend to be younger. That's the defining culture, defining demographic of culture of each decade. So in 50s, it was blues and rock and roll. A lot of parents didn't like rock and roll. That's why Elvis was banned from radio stations as being too sexual. Blues wasn't even played on many other radio stations due to other tensions in the particular historical time. When rock came out and hair bands and singers and guitarists with tight pants with bulges in their crotch, also people that were young in the 50s, now they were older, and then they frowned upon that. They said, well, back in my day, we had real music. We had Elvis, and we had that guy and that guy, and now you have these just screaming bands like, I don't know, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Beatles. Read the reviews of Beatles when they first came to US. They were described as like unmusical, an insult to music, just everything bad. The same in the 50s. We're kind of jumping in the timeline here. The rock and roll was regarded in the same way. Imagine somebody who studied and spent their whole life playing jazz trumpet and very intricate melodies and harmonies and resolutions and diminished chords. And now Chuck Berry shows up. Dum da 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 da. It's 3 chords. That's it. It's 3 chords. Every Chuck Berry song ever. So that feels like an insult to that generation. So each generation goes through that. So the reason I was so fascinated by it, and then it took me a while to figure out that music does not exist in a vacuum. It exists within the particular place of that culture, within particular time of that social zeitgeist, okay? Today, this year, whatever this year is, it's electronic, EDM, and hip-hop. That sound, that's what drives the culture. That's what parents are pissed off at right now and disregarding as not true music. And it's like, look, you could say, well, Dovydas, you play guitar, you could like be a serious musician and such. Then, maybe I should be a jazz musician and play for 5 people in clubs in New York. And then very, very few people won't understand. It's kind of like, being writing intricate 5-bar poetry in Latin, and there's only a handful of people that are going to understand it. What I truly enjoy is performing for people who, regardless of whatever walk of life, they can understand the sound, they can understand the music and feel it and experience it. So I took the songs, I took the melodies, I wrote them, I wrote the words, the chords, the changes, the arrangements, the harmonies, and I dressed them up. I dressed them up in fashionable clothes of today and little bit of what it could be tomorrow. So it's a little bit today and guessing what it could become in the future instead of just trying to do the sounds of, 2010. Sort of like, why? Why is it important? Because I'm aiming for the pop. Pop, not in the sense of the sound of pop, but what is popular. Pop doesn't mean anything. Popular means whatever is pop. Rock was pop in the 80s. The grunge became pop in mid-90s. And disco used to be pop. Rock and roll was pop. Listen to the original radio broadcasts, broadcasting Elvis, broadcasting Jerry Lee Lewis. That's pop music. Beatles was pop musicians from Britain, pop. So not in the sense. So right now pop is EDM and hip hop and cicada hi-hat sounds. Why is it important? Because it's important to preach to the ones that have been exposed to the least musical ability ever. the broadest market of pop is consumed by the people who did not find the music themselves. You could say, oh, you're a guitar player. You could play to the fans of Steve Vai already, or you could play to the people that already like Eric Clapton, or they already like Eric Johnson, or they like Santana. I want those people to appreciate my music as well, but you have to preach your gospel to the ones that haven't been exposed to the gospel at all. So this is the album. The guitar acts as a synthesizer and as a connecting element to the whole harmony. The drums are hip-hop and EDM and synthesizers, and the sounds are sort of like Daft Punk, The Weeknd, and Post Malone, and the vocals is like blues rock, but a little bit with Cher style autotune that's sort of like classic, but not overdone, not too much. That was the intentional artistic choice for these songs to be able to enjoy by the largest number of people possible, while still remaining the artistic integrity and remaining true to myself and remaining true to originality. I understand where you're coming from, saying it's overproduced. I've been wanting to do this. I'm just limited by technology of my own time. If I could automate the intro of the drums and then do a sidechain compression of the drums with a click and then drop that out and do like, and then do and create more. I only have 5 tracks on my looper, just 5. So I've been working with that. So basically I took that frame of thinking to the recording studio in Nashville with Brad Dollar. Okay, so we have this many tracks. We can add more. So we can have 10 tracks. And we can spend more time on each to tweak it. So saying people that it's very different, from my perspective, it's not that different for what I've been doing. It's just I'm able to add more parts to the song and just to polish the sound a bit to actually certain instruments within a certain time of the song, step forward and then step back. I cannot do with my looper during the live show. I cannot really do that. All I can do is just like remove it completely. So which I've been doing, and I've been already using certain like EDM tropes, sort of like doing a build up, stopping everything, and then it drops again. So this happens on the album as well. Auto-tune. I've been experimenting with the talk box vocal pedal with the TC Helicon Voice Live Play Electric. It has sort of like a auto-tune sort of like filter, and I like the aesthetic. I actually do. I listen to Migos, to the Future, and Lil Yachty. There is artistic. It's interesting. It's different. That's as soon as you hear somebody from older generation saying, "Oh, this is shit back in my day music was." That's interesting. Okay, if it generates that emotion that the young people love it and they just like party wild to it, and then the snobs dislike it, that's something within the culture. Indifference, that's when you're not doing anything with the art, when no one cares. I'm not trying intentionally to provoke people. I'm genuinely fascinated by those particular sounds. And I wanted to incorporate it. So I just feel like it's my responsibility to communicate that better with the people. This is basically, if you like shredding guitar, if you like hip hop and Post Malone, and if you like blues and classic rock, well, this is the genre. I don't know what to call the genre. Okay, but it's sort of like whatever this is, if you have a better idea. So, and I'm just gonna, go forward, go even further within my explorations of this. That's why it's like stars, because it's like uncharted territory. It's sort of like this nebula, and like, are like new planets gonna form out of this, or it's like, And it's like Lady Gaga, everybody's giving her so much shit, but she went to like the prestigious music school studying piano and harmony. She has like ridiculous talent when it comes to that, but she took the songs and the melodies and harmonies and dressed them up in an understandable way, so it can be like, understood. And I believe that pop music is one of the hardest styles to write songs in. Because, yeah, you can, like, write a jazz song that modulates every bar and changes time signatures every 2 bars. But to write a song that a person who is so distracted with life problems, they're working 2 or 3 jobs, they have so much shit going on, and they're like in their car and the radio plays and they turn it up and they say, oh my God, this is my jam. This is great. How do you write a song like that? That's what I'm trying to do. And the melodies, I mean, don't say it's generic melodies. Listen to my 10, 15-minute guitar jams from older videos. I've been developing these melodies in my guitar improvisations. I don't play guitar solos. Most people think, oh, it's a guitar solo. No. It's a melodic, exploratory journey on the instrument, and I'm looking for lines and hooks, and I'm looking at the audience, especially in the bar where it's like 10, 15 people and everyone's ignoring me. If I can make somebody tap their foot to that melody, if I can make somebody hum that melody, that's what I'm searching for. And then that experience of these boring bar gigs, I applied to writing these songs. The chords are completely different from what you hear on the top 40 radio pop. I'm using different progressions because I'm sick of 1-5-6-4. I'm sick of it. There's more interesting ways to do it, and there's not one song that's a 1-5-6-4. Not one formulaic song that's emulating. So hopefully, it's already too long of a video, but I just wanted to clear it up, okay? Because I don't know, people like you made this possible. So if there is a substantial minority of people saying that, well, this is not, I feel like I'm obliged to explain, sort of like a good customer service. Let me explain where the company is headed, because if not for YouTube, if not for viewers, if not for subscribers, this would never happen, and I would still be playing bar gigs for nobody on a Tuesday night for 4 hours just for tips. And then, and no one would care. But now, thanks to you, this exists. Vinyl will be coming also soon, and I'll be going on tour. Thank you.